Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, peewees located across the globe, welcome to another episode of the Fab Five Bettors Podcast. This is episode.
Should be 6 or 7, maybe
No,
8.
you piece of shit. It's piece of eight. It's episode eight. But, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 8, season 2 of the Fab Five Bettors Podcast. Of course, we appreciate you all for tuning in
Of course.
every week. You can always watch these videos. You can always watch these podcasts on YouTube. You can always listen to them back on Spotify. We have season 1 and season 2 episodes all up on Spotify. Uh, let's see. Follow us on Twitter if you're not already following us on Twitter. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Turn on the post notifications so you don't miss a single podcast. Make sure you join our Discord. Our Discord link will be in our link tree on our Twitter or our YouTube. Or actually, no, on our Spotify. You have plenty of ways to join our Discord. Of course, our Discord is free. We do not charge. Um, if you want to find a perfect time to join the Discord, now is a perfect time because we got a lot of things around the corner. Um, why not go over, what we have coming up? We have our conference tourney preview actually coming next week, I want to say,
Yeah,
roughly next week.
So it'll be
Uh,
it'll be next week. Brackets
yeah,
are already starting to drop for some of like the smaller conferences that have already wrapped up their regular seasons. Um,
yeah,
we're just kind of waiting for like a lot of the bigger conferences to wrap up. I mean, some of them still have like 3, 4 games left. So
yeah,
that'll be next weekend's podcast.
yeah. So next weekend will be the conference tourney preview. We will have our March Madness preview podcast that is soon to come to be announced as well. MLB preview podcast. That MLB season is around the corner. Who would have
That's
thought
crazy.
it
Welcome to
could come up
March.
this fast? Welcome to March, ladies and gentlemen. We do have our UFC. I won't be here, but the UFC Atlantic City road trip vlog
That'll be fun.
is it will be coming as well. So
I'm
that's
excited.
something to be looked for. Extra time with Ryan and Gabe is a weekly Discord show. Of course, Ryan, Gabe, soccer.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good
Woo!
time for sure. Um, we do have the live bracket reveal for March
Oh, that's
Madness
gonna
will
be
be coming up. We will be doing that on Twitter. So
that'll
if
be a
you want to
great
come
time.
come out, have some fun, talk some trash, we'll be doing that. Of course, the Final Four preview show will be, you know, on Twitter as well, and the championship preview show will be on Twitter.
hmm
April, we have the NBA playoff preview
Oh
and
God.
season recap podcast. We have the NFL draft preview,
Oh,
and the NFL draft preview will actually end season 2 of the podcast.
that's awesome.
So
Let's go.
that 2 seasons already, 2 seasons,
Yeah. Isn't that
crazy.
crazy?
Like
That's
we
crazy.
flying through these, boy. But
Oh yeah.
of course, it will end season 2. We'll be kind of transitioning into the summer. Of course, there is going to be some MLB. That's pretty much all that's going to be on, honestly. So
And some
not too
college
much to say
football.
about that.
Yeah.
We'll have the summer soccer preview with Ryan and Gabe, summer
Mm.
soccer recap with Ryan and Gabe. We have some summer Twitter and Discord shows, the UFC pay-per-view Twitter shows with Joey and Gabe, and of course, bi-weekly will be extra time with Ryan and
Mhm.
Gabe. In season 3 of the podcast, we'll start back up with the college football preview podcast. So that will be in August.
Mhm.
So um, it's gonna be a great year. We already got most of it planned out. Hopefully you guys will be here
Mhm.
locked in with us because we are locked in trying to get these out for y'all, ASAP. So, but how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing this week, man? How was everybody's week, man?
I mean, I'm doing great. I officially got the position. I gotta meet tomorrow. Actually,
Mm,
I gotta be up at 6:30 in the morning. So
Oh, that's
yeah,
rough.
so fun times.
Oh yeah.
But um, yeah, I'm officially the track coach.
Hell yeah.
Uh, Before you know, it'll be the end of the school year for me, and I'll be chilling for the summer, so I ain't complaining not one bit.
There you go.
So I'm just chilling, rolling with the punches right now. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Ryan, how you feeling?
Been all right. Welcome to March, motherfuckers. Um,
Welcome to
this
March,
is
man.
when sports get fun again. Not
This
that
is
it's
when
not fun, but like this is when spring kind of like starts to come into full focus. We'll have the first 2 weeks of the NCAA tournament. Well, first 3 weeks of the NCAA tournament, end of this month. Um, we got the Atlantic City card, end of the
We got
month.
300.
We got
We got
300 as well. We got 299 next week. Next week is 299, Gabe?
yes,
Oof. What is it? Is it 299 the Atlantic City card and then 300?
yes.
Okay, I thought so. Um, but baseball's right around the corner too. College football, spring practices are starting up soon. It's gonna be a fun month. It's gonna be a fun one.
of course, of course. Um, some things that happened over the week. We actually just had uh, Caitlin Clark has officially announced that she will be entering the 2024 WNBA draft after this season. Of course, she is the all-time scoring leader in NCAA women's basketball history. She just broke that record, what, not too long ago, like a couple weeks ago,
Couple
actually.
weeks, yeah, and it was really cool.
Yeah,
What they did was I don't know if you saw this more, Gabe, you did, but the spot where she hit the shot to break the record, like on the court in Iowa, they put like her name and her number just like in like a little piece of the floorboard on the spot of where she broke it. That was pretty fucking cool.
that's nice. I like that.
Hmm.
She the Indiana Fever is currently the number one pick holders
Did you see what
for
they
this draft.
posted on
Yep,
Twitter the other
I
day?
did.
They just, I love the hourglass. I'm like, oh well, it's done now. It's done deal.
It's done deal now. We had 3 days ago Basketball Forever,
Mm.
which is a pretty reliable source for basketball, obviously. This is the confirmed Team USA lineup for the Olympics.
I
We have
saw
Steph
this.
Curry at point guard,
Mm-hmm.
Jason Tatum at shooting guard, LeBron James at small forward, Kevin Durant at power forward, and Joel Embiid will be the center.
Can we just
And
take
the
our gold
sixth
medal
man,
now, please?
so the sixth man will be Drew Holiday.
Oh, can we just have our gold medal, please?
At this point,
Like,
I'm
that's
not gonna lie.
disgusting.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Gabe. We actually, you know what? It's crazy because me and Gabe actually talked about this on an episode
Mm,
a while back. How piss poor
mm.
Team USA
We
was
had that
last
USA basketball podcast episode. I remember that.
Yeah,
Yep.
literally. So
But that was insane.
it was bad, bro. We were bad mouthing them so badly, but
Well,
I guess they got the message, huh, Gabe?
I mean, it was
I,
deserved.
I'm glad they did.
Yeah.
I'm glad
Maybe
they
all it
did.
took was us on the podcast discussing how bad they were.
Oh,
Them
I
to
don't
be
know.
like, we're sending our best roster.
I mean,
Right.
during this podcast too, LeBron James is gonna cross 40K hopefully tonight.
Yeah.
Barring
They tip
barring
off at 8:40.
yeah, I mean barring a mishap, he should score 9 points.
He needs what,
Um,
9? Yeah.
just nine. So I mean that's happening tonight. NFL Combine happened. It's
Ooh,
happening right now.
yeah. Xavier Worthy is so Texas wide receiver Xavier Worthy officially now holds the new record for the 40-yard dash. Ran a 4.21 40-yard dash today. He might have locked himself into the first round.
Oh, first round for sure. There's no doubt.
And I will say this, not to like shade John Ross, but he has way better hands than John Ross ever probably
Of course,
dreamed
yeah,
of having.
absolutely. Johnny Manziel wants Reggie Bush to get his Heisman Trophy back. Johnny Manziel went to Twitter saying, "After careful thought and consideration, I will be humbly removing myself from the Heisman Trophy ceremony until Reggie Bush gets his trophy back. Doesn't sit right with my morals and values that he can't be on that stage with us every year.
Give him a trophy
Reggie
back.
is the Heisman Trophy. Do the right thing at NCAA. The ball is in your court."
Yep, yep. Give him a trophy. Do it. Just
Just
give it
give him
back
the
to him.
trophy at this point. Just give
Also,
him the
in college football, before we even have a 12-team playoff, the NCAA was like, nah, fuck it, we're gonna go to 14. So,
Yep.
long story short, with that, they have now frozen any of the investigation into like Tennessee or Florida State or any of that because that Tennessee one looks like they might lose. I still don't know what that one's about. I think it is NIL related. But like, before we
Right.
even play this 12-team playoff for 2 years, there are people in suits in high-rise office buildings who know nothing about the game of college football being like, oh yeah, forget this 12-team model. We're going to 14. Who cares? Also, the other thing that I've been seeing thrown around more, I don't know if you've seen this, but supposedly, I don't believe this to be true, but there are people going around on Twitter saying that supposedly if they go to like a 14 team playoff, that the SEC and the SEC and the Big Ten would have 3 guaranteed auto bids. I think that's so false. It's not even funny. Like it's not possible for them to have 3 guaranteed bids each because it would make the rest of the playoff unbalanced. Also, baseball news really quick before we roll into kind of today's episode. Matt Chapman is now off the board. Signed a 3-year, $58 million deal with the Giants. So that leaves Blake Snell and Jordan Montgomery still on the board, as far as Scott Boras' clients are concerned. Bellinger got paid. I don't remember how much. And then obviously
3
Matt
years
Chapman
for
got paid.
80 mil.
Why? Oh. But at this point, if I were like Blake Snell and Jordan Montgomery, I'd be like, listen, Scott, just let me play ball. Because the longer they don't get signed, the longer it's going to take them for them to warm up, get back up to speed, pitch in some sort of games. I mean, there's only like a few weeks of spring training, so it's not like you can throw 90 pitches in a spring training outing like your second or third outing and be ready to go. But if I were Blake Snell and Jordan Montgomery, I'd be like, yo, give me a deal. I don't care where it is. Let me go play baseball. Because I guarantee you Jordan Montgomery is sitting at home like, what are we doing here? That it? World sports from the week? I don't
Yeah,
know. I can't
that
think of
is
any.
it.
I can't think of
Yeah,
anything else.
that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, today's topic,
Oh,
the unsung
oh,
heroes of March Madness. In
this is
honor of March, and of course,
fun.
this is probably the biggest year. This is probably the biggest month of the year for the
Mm,
sole fact that the weather starts to get warmer, daylight starts to stay out a little longer,
mm-hmm.
and
Thank
of
God.
course, college basketball is on every single day, on almost every single channel.
I love it.
March Madness is here, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, we have the conference tournaments. Of course, we have the big tournament, the big dance. It's all coming. It's all ahead in just a matter of weeks. So I can't wait. It's going to be big. It's going to be. I can't wait. I honestly cannot wait. You know, the past couple of March Madnesses have been fantastic to watch.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be interesting. I'm ready for it. I hope. I know all of us, the 5 of us, with the 2 that is not in attendance, we're ready for it. We cannot wait. So, of course, like I said, in the honor of March, we will be going over the unsung heroes in NCAA tournament history. This could be a player. This could be a team. And
God,
honestly, I
there's
mean,
so
let's start.
many
Let's start with the
teams.
most recent one in St. Peter's, a
Mm-hmm.
small school in New Jersey,
Oh man, that team was fun to
the
watch.
St. Peter's Peacocks. I mean,
That's a
where
scrappy
do you
team right
start?
there.
Where where do you start?
You know where
Like,
you start? You start with Shaheem Holloway, their head coach. That's where you start. Man, parlay that job into a job at Seton Hall. Unfortunately, they're kind of on the outside looking in right now. At this year's NCAA tournament, they've kind of fallen off a cliff a little bit. But like that man, I don't remember how long he was at St. Peter's for, but he parlayed that into a nice job at Seton Hall, and then
right?
they're respectful. Like they've had a respectful year. Um,
Yeah.
it's not like he just like transferred to a program and now they just kind of suck. God, was that Doug Eater
Yep.
team? Oh my God. Well, he kind of had a not great year at Bryant, but like Um, I'm trying to remember what the small point guard with the afro who was like just shooting the lights out against Kentucky. I don't know what. I know he transferred somewhere too.
Yeah,
Um,
I know what you're talking about. I
the
can't think of
tall
his name.
the 5 man transferred with him to Seton Hall. I know that much. But dude,
Yeah,
that team was fun. That was a fun
yeah.
team. I
So,
still can't believe they beat Kentucky that year too.
so the Peacocks they had finished 22-12 that season, and 14-6 in MAAC play to finish second place. They
Mm,
defeated Fairfield and Quinnipiac in
mm-hmm.
the
Ah, the
MAAC tournament,
Mac. Yes, the Mac.
the MAG tournament, to advance to the championship game where they would defeat Monmouth. That's the weirdest name I've ever heard in my
But
entire life.
Monmouth is it's like a small D1
Right.
school.
To win
They're
the
in New
tournament
Jersey too.
championship.
Funny enough.
And as a result of them winning the tournament championship, they received the conference automatic bid
Hmm.
to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2011 as the number 15 seed in the East region.
Hmm.
For the first time. So, with them being a 15 seed, obviously, of course, a lot of people. I mean, let's just be honest, okay? I don't want to sit here and fake the funk with anybody. I did not have them beating Kentucky
No,
whatsoever.
nobody did. I didn't.
I
I
know
know
Ryan
damn
didn't.
much.
I know Gabe didn't. I know Joey didn't. None of us had none of. I know Cornbread didn't. None of us had St. Peter's beating Kentucky.
Mm.
I remember getting home one night. I remember watching the game. I remember turning the game on. I
Hmm.
remember seeing St. Peter's was up at one point.
Hmm.
And I said, who
Who
in the blue hell
is this?
is St. Peter's?
Hmm.
So, of course, I did my research. I found out, what school they are, what conference. They're a small school in New Jersey. I'm like, okay, like, why are they going neck and neck with Kentucky out of all teams, right? Let's really think about it. When you think of a number 2 seed versus number 15 seed, you really don't think of a back and forth game. You think of a blowout
Hmm.
because that's what it usually is, a blowout. So in my head, I'm like, out of all teams that could possibly be struggling with a 15 seed, Kentucky,
Who was
really?
on? Do you remember who was on this Kentucky team?
I don't. And
I'm gonna
honestly,
look it
I
up. You
don't want
remember
to
what? You
either.
remember what year it was?
It was 2022.
Hang on. 2022. Oh, this was a. I'm gonna look it up really quick. This was a
I
good
think it
team.
was 2022.
Oh, it was the yeah. Hang on. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Let me go to the schedule. Let me just make sure this is the right year. I want to say it was 2022 as well. Hang on. Oh no, I don't want this year's team. I want 2020. That was what, 21, 22, or 22, 23? It was 22,
Yeah,
23,
I
I
think it was
believe.
21-22.
Mm-hmm. Okay, hang on. This. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Because this was the team with. Oh, well, it's loading the box score. This was the team with Oscar Sheboy, Severe Wheeler, Ty Washington, Jacob Toppin, and Lance Ware. Yeah, this Kentucky team is a 2 seed. I don't want to call them good, not great, but like, I mean, Sheboy led them, but Sheboy was like the rock. He dropped 30 for them in this game too, and they
Yeah,
still fucking lost.
right.
He had 30 of
So,
those 79. 30 of those
right.
79.
So obviously, like I was saying, you don't expect a 15 seed to be, neck and neck with a 2
Mm,
seed. That's the last thing that you expect in
mm-hmm.
college basketball, especially in a tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So when it happened, it's like, wow, this could be the craziest thing I ever seen in my entire life. Because it's been a lot of like honestly, I don't know about y'all, but I think I grew up. I think all of us, I can speak for all three of us here right now.
Hmm.
I think we grew up or we had the privilege to watch sports
Hmm.
when it was getting good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Agreed.
obviously in the '90s with sports, it wasn't all that. It wasn't no flash, no frenzy, no,
No.
none of that. No
Hmm.
style, no none
Yeah.
of that. But the 2000s and the 2010s, and now we're in the 2020s. Who is crazy? But we had the privilege to watch all these sports when they were getting good.
Hmm.
So with college basketball, it's like we're really seeing a 15 seed keeping up with a number 2 seed.
Hmm.
I thought I would never see the day. But the St. Peter's would end up going on to defeat the number 2 seed Kentucky to become only the 10th number 15 seed in the tournament's history to upset a number 2 seed. They would then advance and defeat Murray State to advance to the Sweet 16 to become only the third number 15 seed and the first MAC team to make it to the second weekend. They will go on, and this is where it gets real. They will go on and they would defeat Purdue.
Yeah.
Mind you, Purdue, the same Purdue, Zach Edey and Jaden Ivey,
Oh.
this Purdue was favored to win the national championship at one point. This Purdue, they would defeat Purdue to advance to the Elite Eight to become the first number 15 seed in tournament history to advance to the Elite Eight.
Hmm.
But unfortunately, in the Elite Eight, St. Peter's Cinderella run would come to a short end
Who did they
after
lose to?
losing to get this eighth seeded North Carolina.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was when North Carolina was the 8th seed. I remember that.
And then on April 5th, after the season was over, after everything was said and done, St. Peter's was ranked number 24 nationally in the
They.
season's final coaches poll.
Hmm.
So, a very short, a very powerful, a very motivating, yet short run of greatness from St. Peter's. And of course, March 30th, 2022, uh, Shaheen Holloway
Shaheen left.
would
Goodbye.
go ahead to leave uh, St. Peter's to go coach at Seton Hall, which crazy thing is, he was previously an assistant at Seton Hall
Yeah, it's crazy.
before he started coaching at St. Peter's, and he also played for Seton
He
Hall
played at Seton
basketball.
Hall. Yeah.
So, um, obviously St. Peter's, man, that St. Peter's team, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, I thought one thing about it, you sit there and you think to yourself. Like, I was actually watching some videos earlier because we had this topic last minute. I was
Hmm.
watching some videos earlier, and it's like, what if St. Peter's beat North Carolina? What if
Hmm.
they beat them? What if they went to the Final Four?
Yeah.
Hell, what if they went to the national championship?
That would have been insane. A
That would
15
have been
seed in the national
insane.
championship.
That would have been crazy. Like,
Hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. That probably would have been the one thing would have put everybody on edge
Hmm.
because it's like how, just how is that possible?
Hmm.
How do we let a number 15 seed team get this far?
Hmm.
It's unbelievable. Um, does anybody have an unsung hero of their own?
I have, I have a team and I have a player.
Hold on. I
Uh
have
oh.
one.
Uh
Now I need to hear
Remember
this.
Delta City?
Yes, the Florida Gulf Coast team. Oh my God, that team with
Oh
Brett
my
Comer
God.
as the point guard. Oh, bro, they were
That was
sick. They were
nah,
sick.
that was a very fun team to watch. Now I'm gonna keep this short and sweet because I've been sneezing all day and my jaw hurts for some odd reason. But that was a very fun team to watch.
That was the
What they
Otto.
made,
That was the Otto Porter Jr. Georgetown team they beat in the first round. I think
yeah,
that
what time
Georgetown
did
team. I think they
they
made
make
it to the
time?
Sweet 16 and lost to Florida. I want to say they
Yeah.
lost to the Gators that year, and that Gators team was pretty fucking good.
Who was the coach of that team? What? I
Andy Enfield was the coach of that team.
Yeah, man,
He
that was
left.
a
He
fun.
left there, went to USC, and then got fired from USC because they were bad. And now he's coaching somewhere else. Let me actually see where he's coaching because that name sounds familiar. Hang
Yeah, that
on,
was a fun team to watch. I think that might have been the team that made me fall in love with March Madness.
Andy
It had to be that team. Because when
Enfield.
was that? I want to say that was 2011,
2013.
Yes, 2013.
13.
Oh,
Yeah,
Andy Enfield is still coaching the USC Trojans. Never mind. Yes, came to national prominence as the head coach at Florida Gulf Coast when he made an unexpected run to the Sweet 16 and the 2013 at the 15 seed. Bro, that was fun.
but yeah, that was a fun team to watch. But
Hmm
I'm gonna
And
keep it.
they were just Dunk City. They were just lobbing on everybody. It didn't matter who they were. That was fun.
It was fun. It was fun to watch. I think that's the team that made me fall in love with March Madness, man. But
Hmm
they're a pretty good team. Another
But
team I'll bring up here real quick
hmm
is UMBC.
oh, I
Boy,
you know what's really funny about that Virginia team that lost to that UMBC team? They ran it back next year, and won the fucking national title. I will say this though, yeah, that UMBC team played probably I'd say they were one of the best defensive teams I've ever seen in the tournament, regardless of what seed you
and
fucking are.
that was the year where we all thought Virginia was gonna do
Well,
bad.
that was Virginia. That was supposed to be Virginia's year. Like the year they won the next year that they won the title. Nobody thought that was going to be their year. Like they were good, but they weren't great. I would argue they were better the year before when
Right.
they
Yeah,
lost.
but those are the two teams I bring up. And then one last mention,
Hmm
Kemba Walker.
Oh,
Kimbo,
you took
man,
my no.
hey,
Hang on, you took
hey,
mine, but Gabe, I'm gonna when you want me to go, I'm gonna piggyback off that and run this
for
back.
sure. Nah, yeah, go
So
ahead, yeah.
I looked it up. So we'll start with the team. We'll start with the player, and then we'll start with the team that I have. So my
Go ahead,
player
yeah.
obviously is Kemba Walker. So this 2010-2011 team, they had Jeremy Lamb, they had Shabazz Napier, who was a
That's
freshman on the team at the
insane.
time. Kemba
Yeah,
Walker was a junior, and then they had Charles Aquandu as well. Um, this was the year. This year they played 4 games in 4 days in the Big East tournament. That was when Kemba hit the step back over Brad Wanamaker to put them to the
the iconic.
finals that year. Oh my god. And then Kemba just put them on his back for
Yeah,
that entire run. They were 25-3 that year too. That's
yeah,
stupid good. I forgot this team
yeah.
was that good.
They were insane,
They
literally.
went they were 15-0 at home that year. They didn't lose a game at home. Let me see
Yeah.
if I can find that Big East run. Oh yeah, here it
Oh,
is.
I got a player. I got a player. Just side note. How about
Yeah.
Jimmer Fredette?
Oh well, Jimmer was fantastic.
Yeah,
So let me
literally.
look at that Big East run really quick. Oh wait, no, I don't want this year's. Do I want? Hang on. Why am I in this year's team? I don't want this year's schedule. I want the 2010-2011 schedule. Why are they giving me Jesus? Anyway, because that was the year they ran through the Big East, didn't even think twice about it, and
Wow.
then just ran through the entire tournament. But
Yeah,
that Kemba was insane. That in that
insane.
run, my God.
Yeah,
If that's like a if there's like a player that if anyone tells me if you think of a player in March Madness, who do you think of? I immediately think of Kemba Walker. And then funny enough, Shabazz Napier did it a
yeah,
couple years later with that UConn team under Kevin Ollie. Because after UConn won the title that year, if I remember correctly, Jim Calhoun retired. But he was also like in his 60s already when they won that title, so he was kind of getting up there. Man, that was a fun team, and they weren't like super physical inside, but like if you gave them up a shot, it didn't matter how close you were in the grill, they were knocking it down. You know who my team is, Ma?
Ooh.
My team is Loyola Chicago
Oh my goodness.
from
Oh,
2018.
oh
So
my God.
so this team. I happen to pull it up. They went 15-3 in the Missouri Valley that year. This was kind of when the Missouri Valley started to kind of rise to prominence too,
Yeah.
and obviously what it is now. Like it's a fucking hell of a conference now. But they beat they beat number, so they opened the round of 64, beating Miami 64-62. That
Yeah.
was when the whole Sister Jean speech before the game. Oh, this Miami team had Lonnie Walker the fourth on that team. That team was fucking
Yeah.
good.
That team was
Um,
good.
that was a Jaquan Newton team. Jesus, this team was fucking good. They did that. Then in the round of 32, they knocked off number 3 Tennessee with 6 seconds to go.
Yeah.
That was also insane. He got a pretty nice bounce there. Like I will say this, they got a few. Um, they had a few kind of lucky bounces in some of these games. And then there was the other game, in the Sweet 16, when they beat Nevada with 8 seconds to go to win that one too. Um, God, that team was so good.
All right.
Um, that's right, they made the Final Four that year because
Yeah.
they beat K State a
Yeah.
78-60. I forgot this team went to the fucking Final Four. Jesus, I didn't realize this team was that good. Um,
I got a team for you. I got another one for you. FAU from last year.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And you know what? I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna sound like a shitty. I'm not gonna sound like a shitty basketball fan, but like, do you
Hmm.
know how unfair it was for everybody at the beginning of the season to put all those expectations on fucking FAU this year? Like
Yeah.
I think it was blown way out of proportion. Yes, this
Yeah.
team was good from last year. Yes, they made the run. Yes, they brought everybody back. But like, man, college basketball
It
just
just
keeps getting better.
yeah.
Um, Oh, you know who I remember? This is an obscure name out of left field. I don't know if you'll remember this one. You remember the
Give it
name
to me.
Ali Farokhmanesh from Northern Iowa? The kid that hit the
Yeah.
three to beat Kansas that year? Dude,
Yes.
that was that before or after? No, that was, well, no, that was Memphis that had Derrick Rose that won that team. Was that Memphis or
Yeah.
Kansas? That was obviously you've got the Steph Curry Davidson run that he went on when he was there. That was a fun team. Um, Joey, I guess, is back somehow. Welcome back, Joey. I thought you were getting
Welcome back,
kidnapped.
bud.
Um, I'm trying to think of some other teams.
Hey, listen, I got another team.
Yeah.
I got an honorable mention for you, but it's a player,
Mhm.
Chris Jenkins. He
Oh
hit the
yeah,
game winner against North Carolina.
Jenkins for the championship. Oh, that's a great call.
That's the
I will
greatest
say
call
this
you'll
though.
ever
Well,
hear.
you know what? The play before it is Marcus Page hitting that wild
Marcus Page.
3-pointer like that in
Yeah.
the air, just heave off his 1 foot
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Um,
That was
And
insane.
the crazy thing too was I for sure, as soon as Paige hit that shot, I was like, well, we're going to overtime. And all of a sudden, boom! I'm like, no way. I remember sitting in
Right.
the I remember where I was when that happened. I was in the basement of the college dorm I was staying in. I don't remember what year that was, but like I remember sitting down,
Was 2016.
and all of a sudden, yeah, it was my sophomore year of college. I remember sitting down. All of a sudden, that shot goes, and I just screamed. It was like 10 o'clock at night. I almost got written up for that too, because they were like, some of the RAs came out and they were like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Well, first of all, Chris Jenkins just hit one of the best shots in NCAA tournament history."
Right. I ain't
Um,
gonna lie. Like one thing about it, I remember because here's the thing. So growing up, I've always
mhm,
had the opportunity to watch whatever big game there was the night before I had to go to school.
mhm,
I always had an excuse. So every time the Super Bowl came around, every time the national championship came around, I had an excuse to be up late
of course.
before I went to bed and had school in the morning. I remember staying up late to watch that national championship, and I remember in the back room, my mom was sleeping. I started to yell, and I remembered I was like, oh my god, like, I gotta be quiet. But he just hit
Mhm,
the probably the biggest shot you'll ever
mhm.
see in in tournament history. Literally,
Um,
it was insane.
yes, it is.
Um,
The other one I
another
remember too, was
team,
it Northern? It was, oh, who the fuck was it a couple years ago that hit that buzzer beater from half court to beat Texas in the first round? Was that
I know
Northern
who you're talking
Iowa
about.
again?
I think I know who you're talking about, but I don't
It's
remember
like
his
that. It
name.
was like the bigger white. It was like the tall white kid that just caught the ball, took like two dribbles, and then bam. I'm
Yeah.
um. You
Um.
know who else I remember too, and this is kind of going back a little bit farther back. You remember that
Yeah.
tournament, or it was either that tournament or back-to-back tournament, where Duke lost to Lehigh and Missouri as a 2 seed lost to like Norfolk State or somebody like that.
Yes.
Dude, that Duke
Yes.
team was supposed to be disgusting that year.
Yes.
And that
Literally.
was
Um.
rest in peace
Literally.
Missouri, but like they're
Yeah.
not relevant anymore. I don't think they didn't win a conference game all year this year. But
Nah. Let's see
um
who else. Honorable mentions. Some honorable
oh,
mentions.
you know who the honorable mention should be?
Uh,
Remember fucking remember Gordon Hayward, that shot that almost beat Duke?
yes.
Oh my lord, I thought it was going in. I'm like, this is going down. Like they're gonna win the title. And then it's funny too. Butler went back to the title game that next year. I want to say they won it, but I don't remember. Oh, you've got the. Oh, here it is. Northern Iowa, Texas. Northern Iowa's Paul Jesperson, who it was, who beat Texas back in 2016. Um, you had that North Carolina Kentucky game in 2017. That was the Luke May coming out party. He had 17 points. That game was stupid. Jordan Poole beating Houston. That was a crazy game. Um,
Yeah, Jordan Poole. Not gonna
hmm
lie.
That
Get
that's
that
kind of
game
how
going.
I like. I was like, who? Oh,
Right.
you remember the fucking? So this is Oh, what year was this? This was 29. This was 2020. Man, this might have been last year's tournament. Jalen Suggs hitting the buzzer beater in overtime from half court to beat UCLA. Was that last year or was that 2 years ago? I'm trying to remember what year that was. Let me see if I have it here. Hang on. Ba, 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 ba.
This is probably gonna be one of our shortest episodes ever. Can't lie.
Yeah, I mean, we're at 37 minutes already.
Damn, that's not bad.
hmm Um,
But obviously we're doing this because one thing about it is I know, like Gabe said himself, it it's been a team, almost every other year or every year that just makes you want to watch March
hmm
Madness, and it's like damn, like this could be a once in a lifetime thing we're watching. You know what I mean? So like for example, the St. Peter's run that they had, Loyola Chicago, the Florida Gulf Coast, Florida Florida Dunk Coast is what they called them
Florida Dunk
that year.
Coast. Oh
Yeah,
God.
it was kind of cool, but it's just like every year it's always a team or a player that just stands out and it just makes you want to watch them.
hmm
Like FAU, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't care for FAU until they started winning. I'm like, well, hold on,
hmm
they might be something to watch. But let's see, trying to think of who else is there. We done Isaiah Thomas, Washington.
hmm Oh
Whenever he
God,
had that
that one was
game,
nice too.
that was
Marquise Noel.
Oh
Um,
God, when K State went on that run, dude, he was a
yeah.
dog.
Hey,
That was Was that
who?
last year?
that was
Yeah,
That
last
was
year.
last
K
year
State.
other dude. Who's that other dude? It was
for K State.
it was that dude who
Keontae
who
George.
yeah
Yeah,
who
Keontae George.
No,
He had the
it's Keontae Johnson.
Keontae Johnson. Yes, he had that
Yeah,
heart attack
boy.
at Florida.
I remember when K State went to the Garden,
Yes, dude.
and it
They
was.
oh.
Cause I'll give a little history because Marquise Noel, he was around my time when he was in high school. He played for a school called Bishop Lachlan.
Didn't he
One
drop
of the
like 40 in that
one of the
K State game?
one of the most elite powerhouses in like New York City. Like
Mm.
when you think of elite teams, that school is up there, and they always produce talent. So it's like a homecoming. So it
Mm.
wasn't like you had to catch everybody. Everybody was there, showed out. Did they end up losing? Did they lose? I don't think they lost in the guard. How far did they go, Ryan?
I want to say yes.
And I know
Um,
he show. So that was those four. Like that was probably one of the most memorable performances. Um, and like I guess we could say in this era really, but those two, just the story behind those two,
hmm
and the way that they had to go to get there was just impressive to say the least. But
hmm
yeah,
I didn't realize too he had started at Arkansas Little Rock in the in the
yeah,
uh in the Ohio in the Ohio Valley Conference and then transferred to K State.
yeah, he got out
Damn.
the mud.
Mm.
He got out the mud.
He
Um,
was a force at K State.
I think they ended up both declaring to the draft that year. No.
Yeah. Marquise Noel plays for the Raptors. Oh,
Yeah.
well, Joey left. I think he still plays for the Raptors. Hang on. Marquise Noel. No, I don't want his K State profile. I think he got drafted. He got drafted and he plays for the Raptors now. I think. A hell of a player. Trying to think of anybody else off the top of my head. It sucks that Jeremy Lin didn't have like nobody really knew who he was obviously until he went on that run in New York. But like he made Harvard basketball relevant for like a couple of years when he was there. And then
Yeah, he
obviously,
did.
then he took off obviously when he got drafted by the Knicks. Okay, he got drafted or he got picked up. He got picked up by them,
Picked up.
didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we're forgetting about Princeton.
Oh, last year, yeah. They
Yeah.
speaking of speaking of the Ivy League, there's a three-way tie atop the Ivy League right now with Cornell, Princeton, and Yale, all
That
at
should be a fun one.
10-2. And as of right now, funny enough, so with the way they do it in the Ivy League, they only do a semi and a final for like their conference tournament. So right now it's Cornell, Yale, Princeton, and Brown would be the fourth seed, which is crazy because Brown's like a game or two below 500. It's wild. Trying to think if there's anybody else I can think of. Ma, is there anyone else you can think of?
Uh,
Unless I'm missing, I feel like I'm missing a team. I mean, also with FAU, we had San Diego State kind of come out of nowhere last year. Um, you know what I'm hoping for though? I'm hoping the Mountain West Conference can actually represent in the tournament instead of getting
right,
14, instead of get like what they did a couple years ago, getting 14
right,
and then all losing in the first round.
right.
But that we'll cover that
Our
when we
preview.
do our conference previews and our bracket prediction.
Yep. Well, this is pretty short episode. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This is all we pretty much had planned.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully you guys enjoy it though. Again, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you turn on the post notifications so you don't miss an upload. Make sure you join our Discord. You know, it is free. Again, follow us on Twitter. If you want to listen to any of our old episodes, you can check it out on Spotify. We will be on Apple Podcasts very, very soon.
Yeah.
Stay on the lookout for that. Of course, you wanna be ahead of schedule because season 2 is coming to a close very quickly within the next month and a half.
I
So
mean, realistically, let's look at it. How many episodes we got left? Because
Probably we get
I'm
the
pretty sure
conference tournament preview.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna bang out episode every week,
Yeah,
yeah,
probably.
it's pretty much every week an episode. Yeah,
barring maybe that week where we all go to
to
was it one of
AC.
the
Hmm.
ACs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That be Easter weekend.
Are we, Gabe? Are we doing like a live vlog from AC? Is that like
We
kind of
could
the
do it.
plan for that episode?
The plan was I wanted to get a GoPro.
That's what I was thinking of doing. Like
I want to get a
documenting it in
Go.
the car. Like just
Yeah,
like putting it in the car.
yeah.
That'd be fun.
I feel like all of us, if we can, should get like a GoPro or something, or like stick something where we can record.
How would you get me
And
the Oh, we could. I mean, I was gonna say, how would you get me there? Because I would totally just go to work and just throw something together for it. Like that'd be so much fun.
I can easily send you over that footage.
Yeah. Oh, you know what we could do? Drop it in the drive. Drop it in the Google Drive.
Yeah,
Then I can just pull it from there.
yeah. So, like, yeah, there's probably an episode from here on out. So, what we looking at? We getting the calendar.
Probably four or five more until we hit break.
We're looking. We got this one, excluding this one. So let's count this one. One, two, three, four, um, five, six, and seven. So we're looking at seven.
So that'll be 14 in season two. Or no, 13 in season two. And then that's we had what, like 14 or 15 in season one. So we're continuing to crank out the content for you beautiful people.
Yeah, and then we'll go on our nice summer break.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the summer, the summer podcast will be called Summer Check-ins.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL, NBA playoffs recap and a summer of sports recap so far
I forgot
will
about the
be will
NBA
be
playoffs.
will be the following weekend after the NBA finals finish.
Mm.
So if the finals end the Wednesday in June, we'll get the band back together for Saturday.
Uh-huh.
Uh, Probably me and Ryan will record our summer preview once.
We're
I
gonna
guess we
have to
could
figure
record.
out a way to
We could
do.
record. We could record that right after the Champions League final.
Yeah, that's fair. Because that'll be what before. It'll be before Copa and before Euros, right?
Yeah,
Because what do that?
and
Do
then
you know what that turnaround is? Like, how long we have between Champions League final in June and then Copa and Euros? Off the top of your
a
head,
little. We have a
probably like
little
what?
bit of a way,
Yeah, I thought so.
but and then we'll probably release our summer soccer recap a week before we do the NFL recap.
Mm,
So, for college football.
yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, somehow, uh, we have a. I mean, obviously, during the summer it's just MLB. Will we be talking about MLB? Uh, in the Discord, hopefully. I
I
mean,
hope so.
I sure
We
hope
know what
so.
it did last year. I mean,
I
Maul had some success. Maul had some success, a lot more success than you
mean,
and I
ain't
did.
take my
But
pockets because I ain't bet on it every day.
yeah, that's fair.
But realistically speaking, I talked to Cornbread. Cornbread said he might not touch it. He might
He's
be done some
Nerfy
college
King.
football. I probably would just be betting on soccer and UFC this summer.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Joey's just gonna live bet
Yeah.
UFC. So I mean, realistically speaking, we're all either gonna be on vacation or me, I might be
Yeah.
just chilling in the house getting drunk every day. so
Nah, there you go.
so I mean, we got a lot of content coming out. I mean, this is the fun part of the year. This is you know
Mhm.
we we sleep in April. Well, as
We
they say.
sleep in April. No, we sleep in May once the college basketball season's
Yeah,
done.
we sleep in May. So I mean,
That's all I
anybody have
got.
any final thoughts? Oh, they are tagging Chris. They are tagging Sneed and working on a deal for Chris Chris Jones. So
Are they gonna try and trade Sneed? Because I don't know if Sneed wants to play under that tag. That's the
I
problem.
believe so. I believe the plan is they want to flip Sneed.
The supposed best cornerback duo in the NFL, according to Gabriel, which is totally not true, might be no more.
It might not be no more. I mean, realistically, if you're gonna cash it on Sneed, it's now.
Yeah, of course.
I know a
Now's
few
probably the
teams.
time to do it, right?
I know a few teams that will bite at that opportunity. A
Mm-hmm.
few. Oh,
How
I
about
mean,
your
who knows?
Giants?
I don't know if we would.
Nah, fair.
We gotta fix our issues. We got.
Yeah.
But anyways, as Mar said earlier, follow us on Twitter, Discord, Spotify, YouTube. I have a podcast coming soon. Hopefully we can get it situated for the summer series.
Yeah, I'd
You
like
know,
to. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
that's the plan. Hopefully, but as you all know, I'm a teacher and a coach, so
Yeah.
this
We're
is such.
busy men, ladies and
We
gentlemen.
are.
So
We're
please
busy.
We
bear with
are.
us. Please bear with us. But that's pretty much it. We'll wrap this thing up. Again, we thank you for joining us. Of course, episodes every week. Lock in because it's going to be a good one. You don't want to miss them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Until next week,
Take
drink your
care.
water, take your vitamins, say your prayers, and have a good night's rest.